Republicans deserve significant blame for the economic problems plaguing the American working class. Since the ascension of Donald Trump, the Democratic Party has lost the American working class. And as they try to regain their support and trust and vote, it's worth discussing how we got into this place. And it's not really important who's to blame throughout history. That's not that helpful. We should be thinking towards the future. But it is worthy of pointing out what led us to this point. Since Ronald Reagan in the 80s, the Republican Party has backed a pro-corporate policy, a trickle-down theory that never delivered broad-based propensity for the American worker. Instead, it led to massive inequality. Working class wages stagnated while the rich got richer. Reagan championed tax cuts for the wealthy, deregulation, and the shrinking of the welfare state. It was the Republicans my entire lifetime who were the party of union busting. Reagan's famous for firing the air traffic controller, but even beyond the air traffic controllers in 1981, but even beyond that, it is the Republican leaders on the state, local, and national level who supported anti-union laws and policies like the right to work states, weakened collective bargaining agreements, weakened worker protections across all industries. It has been that party, the Republican Party, who have undermined middle class and working class wages, benefits, and job securities. It is the Republican Party who has championed free trade and globalization. The Republicans were vocal champions of NAFTA and China's entry into the World Trade Organization and other trade deals that gutted American manufacturing. They prioritized cheap consumer goods and corporate profits over protecting domestic jobs. To be fair, Democrats also supported these deals, and President Clinton is famous for signing NAFTA, but it was the Republican Party that was the ideological champion of this free trade movement. My entire lifetime, it has been the Republican Party who has had tax policy favoring the wealthy class. Under President George W. Bush in 2001 and 2003, and then again under President Trump in 2017, we had tax policies and tax cuts that favored corporations and the wealthy over the middle class. The middle class and the working class saw minimal long-term benefits while deficits ballooned and social programs were gutted. Republicans often opposed the expansion of healthcare access or housing subsidies or education access that would help non-college educated Americans. It is the Republican Party who has neglected rural and post-industrial areas and have cut federal investment in infrastructure, public education, and local economic development, particularly in areas that are suffering from deindustrialization. Again, it's not that important who did what in history. It is important for the record, but in terms of as we think towards the future, it's worth reminding ourselves what the Democratic Party's policies over my entire lifetime have been as a focus of what it should be in the future. If Democrats are going to win back the working class, it is worthy of reminding them where we've been, what the Republicans have done to them, and how Democrats today can win them back.